Hey everybody, Martina here. It's Monday again, so I have a new video for you today. Um, what did I do? What do I have for you today? You like stuffed peppers? I have stuffed peppers for you. So, you know, of course, I used to eat stuffed peppers all my life, and my mom used to make it. And later I made it, and I made it with meat. So now that I don't eat meat anymore, I have to find a substitution for it. And there's so many nice recipes out there. It's so easy to do, it's so healthy for you, and I'm just gonna show you one of my recipes today. This filling is made with lentils and rice. I had some French lentils in my cupboard and I cooked them up ahead of time. And I had some rice cooked up, brown rice. So I thought I mix it all up together, spice it up, and put it in my peppers. It worked out really well, and I'm gonna share the recipe with you. So it is super easy. I write everything on the bottom and in the video, so you won't have any problems following along. And I just gonna start my video and let's see what happens, right? So I just gonna heat up my pan first, and I check with a little drip of water if it's hot enough. It won't take long to heat up. And then I'm gonna add my onions to it. I just gonna brown them. It doesn't take long, maybe 7 minutes or so. It depends how hot your pan is. If you use oil, of course, it will go faster because then you can turn up the heat a little bit more. But as you know, I don't use oil, so I'm just gonna use water. It won't take long, as I said before. And whenever I see the brown stuff on the bottom of the pan, I just gonna add a little bit water to loosen it up, and then it will get infused into the onions. I did had one pepper which was kind of awkward. It wasn't the right size to use, so I cut it up in really tiny pieces, and I'm just sauteing it too. It goes all in the mix. And I did had a few spices to add. I'm gonna add some garlic. Sauteing without oil, it just takes a little bit used to, and if you have some good cookware, it's super easy. It saves you so many calories, you have no idea. Calories and useless saturated fat. So then I add my spices, garlic, some cumin, this mixture you can use for anything. You can use it for cabbage rolls, or if you're gonna hollow out a squash, you can fill a squash with it and then bake it in the oven. You can use it for zucchini fillings or mushroom filling. There's so many ways to use this kind of mixture. So then I add a little bit jalapeno pepper, some paprika, just a little bit water to loosen everything up, a little bit more jalapeno. This is a mixture of oregano and I believe basil. Some salt. Here's my mixture of lentils. Those are French lentil. French lentils. You can use any kind you have. It really doesn't matter. Green, brown, red, whatever. You just cook them soft, let them cool down, and you add your rice to it. So I have 2 cups of cooked rice, 2 cups of cooked lentils, and 2 cups of cooked rice. Right now there's only 1 cup in it, but I will add another cup later. Making a taste test. You always want to make sure you have enough spices in. And then I decided to add a little bit more paprika, and I also added, which you can see, a couple tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Give it a good mix. Mash it up a bit. And then you just start filling your peppers. So when I was growing up, my mom used to make stuffed peppers, the whole pepper, and she would fill the whole pepper and just stand it up in a dish. My peppers were so different in sizes that I couldn't do it. You need to have all the same size. So the small peppers, I just gonna stuff them whole, and the big peppers I cut in half. I do like it with the whole pepper because then it's easier to freeze. I do big batches and freeze a lot, so, but you know, I couldn't do it this way. So I cut them in half, fill them up as much as I could, stuff it all in there. And if you have leftovers, you can eat the leftovers right there. You don't even have to heat it up again because it is all cooked. And then I'm gonna make the sauce for it. If you don't have time and you wanna be lazy and take it really easy, I mean lazy in a good way, of course, you just use your favorite pasta sauce and put it over. I decided to make a sauce from scratch, so I had a can of tomato sauce, a can of crushed tomatoes, and then I add some spices, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper and salt, also some basil and oregano, some garlic, which you don't have to put in because you did put some garlic powder in, and a couple tablespoons of maple syrup. Give it all a good mix, and there you have your sauce. And you just pour it over. I do try not to get it on the peppers too much. And the leftovers I put in a container and put it in my freezer. So next time when I need some tomato sauce, I have it right there and ready. It's always so good to make a lot of extra. So then I put some nutritional yeast over it. That's optional. You can of course leave it away. Cover it up with some foil, and you put it in a preheated oven for 375 Fahrenheit. And you bake it for the first time for 40 minutes. Yeah, so I put it in the oven for 40 minutes, and then I take it out to take the foil off, and then I realized my oven wasn't hot enough. So I had to put it back in. Normally I would then put it only in for another 10 to 15 minutes, but I put it in for 25 minutes because it really wasn't hot enough. And then I take it out. So after 40 minutes, you take the cover off, put it back in for another 15 minutes. I put it in for 20, 25. And there you go, it goes back in because it wasn't even bubbling at this time. And then it comes back out and it's yummy and looking good. And it was very tasty. I had it tonight. There you go. Oh, yum, yum. The yellow ones are gonna put in the freezer and save for another time. And the other halves we're just gonna eat over the next 2 or 3 days. It won't take that long. Sometimes we eat the same thing twice a day. And there you go. So it was really easy to do. You can make this batch, you triple or whatever the mixture, and then you can freeze the mixture and have it ready for another time when you want to make cabbage rolls or peppers or whatever you want to fill up. I hope you're gonna like this recipe. Let me know how you like it. If you like it, please put the thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you're never gonna miss a video. I will see you another time next week, next Monday hopefully, if nothing happens. And take care of yourself. Have a great week. And until then, as always, tschüss.